You're watching News 24 live on Sunday. The Absa Cape Epic 2015 race ended and Ariane Kleinhans and Annika Langvat of Team Recium Specialized won the women's category. I'm joined in studio by Ariane to recap her experience of this year's race. Ariane, thanks very much for coming in.
Thank you very much for having me.
I just wanted to start with a massive glitch you guys had on, I believe, on stage 2. You missed markers and were then stung with a huge time penalty. Do you want to just tell us about what happened and how you managed to make up that time?
Yeah, we just rode stage 2 and we came to the finish. We felt really, really good. We had a lot of fun on the single track, and yeah, we actually didn't know at all that we could have ridden wrong. And then just at the finish line, the UCI commissaire came to us to call us to the side and said, like, listen, there was something wrong. And we were quite shocked because we really didn't know what happened. And so
essentially you had taken a shortcut?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we just took a wrong turn. We were on a gravel road. We were supposed to continue on the gravel road, but there was a single track going left. And the previous day we rode into that single track. So we basically did exactly the same finish as the previous day. It was just kind of probably on autopilot and being a bit tired, we just didn't see that arrow pointing in another direction. So yeah, we took a shortcut of about 5 kilometers. So the UCI commissaire just spoke about it and explained, listen, we have to do something about it. So first they wanted just to make up the actual time, but then yeah, they had to give us a penalty because it's in the rules.
What was the time penalty?
So they basically made, kind of calculated the time that we made a shortcut. That was about 13 minutes. But then the rule says when you leave the course, you get an hour penalty. So it was an hour 13 in total.
Sure.
Yeah, when we heard about the hour penalty, I mean, we were perfectly fine with.
And you guys made that up within a day, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then still managed to win overall by over an hour.
Yeah, we had, so after stage 2, we were on GC, we were 27 minutes behind. We kind of thought, okay, we still have 5 stages left, that's maybe possible if not any more bad luck happens to us. Yeah, we never thought that we would make it in one day, but we were definitely very motivated. We prepared very well the morning before. We went early into the start block because we were then further behind. Normally we start in the first row with the leaders' jerseys, but then we had to go into block A with the other ones, and yeah, you have to be there early, otherwise you're like 20 teams behind. So we put our rollers there and did our warm-up that we did basically every day. We did in the start block, and yeah, we were extremely motivated. So we had a very good day. We pushed really hard, and yeah, I could actually get it back in one day.
Okay. Now, this is not the first time you've won the Epic, is it?
No.
How many times have you won it? And tell us about your partner, Annika. So you're Swiss, she's Danish. It's obviously one of your favorite races, and you guys seem to really dominate this race.
Yeah, it's now been my 5th Absa Cape Epic. I've done it 3 times in the mixed category with Eric Kleinhans, and yeah, now the 2nd time with Annika in the ladies category. Yeah, I met Annika at Marathon World Champs in 2013, and I was kind of chatting to her if she would maybe be keen one day to do the Cape Epic, told her a little bit about it, but there was nothing set yet. But then I was like really desperate to actually find a partner, and with Specialized, she was also riding for Specialized, so I was looking for somebody riding the same bike as me. So she was the perfect partner. I mean, she was already back then when I asked her, 2 times marathon world champion. She added another one last year here in South Africa. So she's definitely one of the strongest ladies in the world, if not the strongest for this race. And yeah, so yeah, I was lucky enough that she agreed to come to first the Cape Pioneer as a kind of like a test run in 2013. And then last year, 14, we did the Absa Cape Epic together, and yeah, won it actually in our first attempt.
Okay. How do the conditions compare to, you know, in Switzerland, Denmark, to the conditions here? And I mean, how is the Cape Epic perceived by Europeans? I mean, they talk about it being the most televised multi-stage mountain bike race. Is it considered the best mountain bike race in the world? Because we seem to think it is.
Yeah, no, definitely. It is like the Tour de France of mountain biking. The media coverage is enormous. I mean, in comparison to anything else in mountain biking, it's definitely the top event, and therefore very, very important for my sponsors, Team UTM and Specialized, to actually get the return on investment. I mean, they really support us immensely, and to actually be able to give that back is very, very fortunate. And this event, definitely, the Absa Cape Epic just puts everything on another level in that regard, and yeah, it just makes it really possible that we can do our sport on a very professional level.
But in terms of the challenge, the toughness, I mean, how do you compare that to other races you've done?
Yeah, Annika and I actually rode the Swiss Epic last year as well. It's just completely different. I mean, it's also hard, you know, but now that I've done it again, and also just after stage 1 at the Absa Cape Epic, you're like, oh wow, yeah, it's the Absa Cape Epic. It's really hard. And I mean, it maybe also, especially for the ladies, because it's a lot of very rough terrain where you just need a lot of power. Annika is just absolutely stunning on that terrain. She's really got a lot of power. She's a very good time trialist as well, and that quality is really, yeah, very good for this terrain. I mean, you're going over rocks and it's dusty, and I mean the weather is also sometimes really hectic. We first had the rain. It wasn't quite as bad as last year, but then the one day, actually stage 2, it was crazy windy. I just remember I came out of the camper, something was like bumping on the camper. I was like, what is that? What's going on here? So I looked out, and Annika was basically kite surfing with our gazebo because it was almost taking off.
Okay.
So yeah, we really got almost blown off the bike that morning. Yeah, no, it's quite an adventure. It's really quite an adventure.